Alright, hee-ho, what's good everybody? It's me, it's Domino. And I guess my little vacation thingy is over. Sad face. But, hey, unit discussion. We got 6 units to talk about, and let's go! So first up, we got Zika, Kit Kat. She is PM's newest frontliner. She is a 4,100,000 HP frontliner. She's 272 AP, and she has some very good skills. She comes with both defense down and lock. Hey, she also has evade and can special during evade. So she's a very solid frontliner for PM. She is friendly in all 3 supports. You can use her with recovery, you can use her with reload, you can use her with MSA support since her specials load is very quick, and it just sends her to the front line where she has long iframes. And honestly, that's kind of all there is to it. She's very quick. She's got 6.3 move. She hits decently. Her without any buff, she's at 92,000 per scratch. Her close range is pretty alright. It's 61k, but she also needs time to actually be able to perform it, so you won't see her close range very often. Even though it gives her a bit of... it hits pretty far for a close range, you probably won't see it very often, especially in late game where she'll just be alternating between evasion, special, or stunned, unfortunately. I think she's very good. I think she's very straightforward. I hope you got her, as she is the unit to have filled in our front line since Aceto fell off and Anastasia has yet to be buffed. And same with Matilda. Honestly, there's not much bad to say about Zika. She's adorable. She's adorable, she's sturdy, and for as good as she is, the only downside to her is that she just has trouble boxing buffed units like Omar and Ralph. Or like, no, Omar is Ralph. But like, yeah, so pretty much units like Omar, she cannot box on her own. She needs support. But honestly, that's kind of the all is to her. Throw some buffs on her. She has 0 skill, HP, or attack skill, so she's very reliant on PM for that. But if you support her, she's a good frontliner. She'll help you get wins. And then up to that, we have her partner, with the fucking long name, Destruction Emissary Awao 1. So she is kind of interesting. So she's kind of like a hybrid between a tap deploy and a air unit. And I say this because basically what she does is for every special, she runs to the front like Barbalin and does a very wide area of effect explosion thingy with all of electricity. It does kinetic, so it's surprising that it's kinetic in the first place. But it does pretty decent damage once you get on the third and once you get onto form 3 and onwards. I will say the one thing I don't like about her is, you have to keep tossing her out to get use out of her, and she doesn't have that much HP. Like, she has very low health. So you got to be very careful with her for a while. And even then, at late game, there's just a very fair chance she just explodes to like a Zony burp. Or, you get unlucky and she spawned in on Gold Cyclo special, or something like that. I think she's alright. I don't think she's anything particularly overly amazing. If you got space for her, go for it. If you don't, you really ain't missing too much. And she'll be, if you want her, she'll be in the Metal Crank in a few months, probably around Christmas time, I think, maybe January. After that, we got the buffed unit from that update, which was Lucy. So, Lucy is an old as hell unit. She was Task Force 13, and goddamn, that was a very long time ago. She has you know, she got some really good numbers. She has about 14 million HP. She has a short range that's about 1.25 million per lick. And her special is 2 drills that do 329,000 per tick, as well as her very, very far-reaching special. So, you know, it sounds like great. It sounds like a no-brainer to buff her, but Lucy is held back by a couple of things. One, she moves slow as hell. So, due to her distance, due to how she moves, her movement is based in hops. So kind of like Sorceress, where you can't buff Sorceress' movement, you can't buff Lucy's movement. Her jumps are always in set distances, at a set rate. So adding more movement doesn't make her hop faster or hop farther. She will just keep hopping the same distance. And 2, her evasion sucks ass. It makes her move backwards, and then she does like a tongue. She does her close range tongue. So, come late game, she will never approach. She will be stuck in an evasion loop for 14 million HP. It's unfortunate. She was fun to use back then, but for the same reason she got bullied out of the meta for too many area of effect attacks, being able to hit her, and hey, the same holds true now. And then as for this update, we got the buffed Tatiana. Now, Tatiana getting buffed is something that should have happened kind of even on her release. She was only given 1 million HP on release. Like, what the fuck? Didn't really let her live against a lot. Like, yeah, only 1 million on release when units were already doing 700,000 plus per hit. So it's just like, why would you do anyways? So Tatiana is PM's first stunner of this year, coming out near the release of 6.0. She has 8.8 million HP. She has a 586,000 long range kinetic, and her special, which I believe it uses also her deployment attack, is 612,000 per tick. Also, her attacks come with the crit skill, the 50% crit plus 148% damage boost. So she is very good. Comes with anti-stun or counter-stun, I guess, as well, where she just launches arrows back into the enemy backline. So honestly, there's not very much flaws to Tatiana. Depending on how you see it, where she deploys a set distance from the enemy's closest unit. So depending on how you feel about that, that's either very good or very bad. I think it's better because that means, you know, you time her deployment so that she can burst an enemy down, or, you know, if you want to try to land a stun on an important unit, that's great. I think Tatiana is very similar to Zika, where she is flexible in all 3 supports, gains from recovery, letting you drop extra Tatianas and heal. Reload lets her keep chaining specials. She has a pretty decently quick special load, and when she deploys, she even comes with one ready already. And, you know, MSA is MSA. Use it to try and burst through things. Honestly, like Zika, not a lot of bad things to say about Tatiana. You know, I think she's amazing in PM, and yeah, the only ways you can gotta get rid of her is by like, if she just happens to be in range of a, you know, strong attack, or she gets poisoned and then she gets hit by a strong attack. Like, that probably will knock her out, but I mean, what doesn't? I hope you got Tatiana. If you run PM, at the moment she's clearly better than Damien, as Damien is now just underpowered compared to her, and even Damien's Stun plus doesn't matter when Tatiana comes with crit stun. So yeah, go for Tatiana. If on this returning box, if you got her, fantastic, buff her. And if you don't, hope she comes back on a premium crank or something where it's nice and easy to grab. And then the buffs we got, the other buff we got is Mira, the original. So Mira is a 28 million HP attack buffer. It was inevitable for her to get buffed, and hey, here she is. But she is very dated in her mechanics, and those get easily exploited. So let's cover some base stuff, and then we'll get into that. So she is 352 AP. She is the old AP costs for units. I feel that was just very random. She has a 568,000 long range. It's fire, reaches decently far. It's multi-hit, and her special is 259,000 with a 970 range, which it's not really 970 range. It just kind of targets the the closest unit, and that this damage I feel is misleading. It actually does a metric fuck ton. If you can somehow land all the hits on a unit of her special, they are most definitely dead. Even if they have like 20 plus million, they will die. It just does that much if all the hits connect, and that's kind of where the problem lies. So unfortunately, her special targets where the enemy's position is, so units that have weird evasions or use iframe walls really just fuck with her. So for instance, like an easy example is Leona. So when Leona evades, she jumps back and then she moves forward. So unfortunately what that means is Mira targets Leona when she's jumping back, because that's where her hitbox is, and then she jumps forward, and that's where her real position is. So Mira aims behind where Leona will be, and the special did fucking nothing. It's unfortunate, but she's an old as fuck unit, and she's an old as fuck unit that has to deal with new unit mechanics. It's not a good time for her. I feel like with 30 resist, she's just gonna get bullied a lot. Attacks that just drain resist. For example, like, I don't know, fucking Zoni, who burps at her, will just push her back for each burp. Which, might not be the worst. She has super armor. I personally don't think she's worth it to run unless you're feeling really gambly. She's very slow, she's very expensive, and she's very slow to attack, so even trying to rush her out, I feel, may not get you the best profit. She is an attack buff though, so if you really want to, you don't have Zahara for some reason, but you have Mira lying around, you should probably at least use Mira. Ranged attack is better than zero ranged attack, but that's kind of all I can suggest. And lastly, we have the new unit for the task force, Gildron Plus, which is Minerva with tank without Minerva, and somehow that made it way better. So this thing looks stupid. It is stupid, and I kinda like that it's stupid, because this thing is basically what Water God should have done, because Water God is a clone of Ace Hermit, and that's what this thing fucking is. This thing is a Ace Hermit clone, essentially. So, he's got a close range where he just kind of gives the suck at the front, and who cares about that, because the main thing you're doing with this vacuum is you are hitting special, and it is hitting everything on the field with its attacks. And this thing has very quick production for some stupid reason. Like, yeah, there is, I don't know why it has, I don't know why they decided to give it a very quick load for a full map special, but here we are. It's got 1,770 production, which is really quick for really fast for a unit of this type. It's got 7,439,000 HP, and it costs 320 AP. 320 AP. So yeah, like I really don't know why they made this thing. They gave it evasion and they gave it regeneration too. So if you thought Ace Hermit was annoying, well, enjoy this fucker. Excuse me. I hope if you run PM, you should probably try and farm this thing. We'll probably find a way to abuse this stupid thing. Probably the only downside to it is that it has very high movement for basically a unit that you just kind of want to just keep in the back, so we can constantly keep spamming specials safely. That's probably honestly it. Like, this thing is like the same thing as Mira, where this thing works better in the back, but they gave it high movement to try and balance it out, I guess. Either way. Gildron Plus is a good unit, and I look forward to trying to figure out a way to do it, to use it. Okay, and yeah, that kind of wraps up our unit discussion this time. If you like my drawings, hey, check out my Twitter at omnomdomino.com, and you can see the full drawings without them spinning, and maybe even other drawings. Hey, look at that. You get other cool drawings on there, like drew a Chloe the other day. You know? You're not gonna see Chloe on here, but you'll see her on my Twitter. So with that, I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm gonna try and get back into doing Metal Arena Adventures. I just kind of haven't had much interest, honestly, as of late. And, part of it has to do, I've just been busy, things with life, and hey, if you guys didn't know, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, but I got married. I got married like 2 weeks ago, hence the reason for my mini vacation. So, that was pretty cool. Got a cool new ring, got my wife, she is so nice. So, yeah. No promises on Metal Arena Adventures, although, season starts up really soon, so hey, who knows, maybe I'll do something for October, or at worst, I'll try and make another spooky Metal Arena adventure, so you can kind of look forward to that. And with that, I'm gonna say I'm out. Laters.